boys, welcome back to the channel, and we have got the J-League kicking off on Friday night with one of the first games before they carry on with the rest of the season on the Saturday and the Sunday, so it's time to look through all of their shirts. But before we get into that, there has been a change to the way the J-League is working for the 2026 season. So they will kick off with a regional round between the 7th of February and the 24th of May. So there's now 20 teams competing in the 2026-27 J1 League, top 17 teams from 2025, as well as 3 promoted sides from J2 League. These are then going to be divided into 2 different regions, an East and a West, with 10 teams in each. Now, each region will play in a double round-robin home and away format. Clubs have been taken from the same prefecture, so the same kind of reasons, so they're going to be grouped as much as possible, saves a bit of travel. In addition, the clubs that are playing in snowy regions where home games cannot be scheduled really in February and March are going to be taken into consideration, so it'll probably move some of the fixtures around in that way. If the winners in each game can't be decided within the 90 minutes, a penalty shootout will then decide who wins the games. For this tournament, the usual point system is retained, but the winners of the shootout will receive a bonus extra point. We then come into the playoff round, which is on the 6th and 7th of June. The teams in the same placement in each group in the regional round will play a home and away match against each other, determining the final rankings. So, for example, matches between the first place teams in the East and the West will determine the first and second place. Matches between second place teams will decide the third and fourth place, all the way down like that. And each of those games, if the winners on aggregate is not determined after the 2 legs, a 2 15-minute period extra time will be played, and then it's not decided, it goes to penalties, and the winner is the one in the penalties. As far as I can see from what I've read online, looks like the games are going to be finished, around about June time, so maybe they're going to be finished before the World Cup. See how it goes. I'm not too sure how it goes. That's all I could really find on Wikipedia. It's going to be interesting, see how it goes, but the main thing you're here for is to see the shirts, so let's crack on with it. Let's get into it. Whole load of shirts to get through. Plenty of interesting colour combinations, shall we say. Some of them are a bit dull, and if you've seen this format before, I will give them a rating between 1 and 10, but I try to avoid 7 because I think that's a bit of a cop-out, because you can either give it a 7 and you go, well, whereabout is it? It's either good or it's bad. So let's crack on with starting off in the East. This one here, the home from FC Tokyo. I think it's a really nice looking shirt. Kind of blue colour, their traditional blue. Red flames coming across it, some interesting kind of sublimated designs in there. I'm not too sure about the centralised badge, but fair enough, you can get away with that because you've got sponsors either side. I think New Balance have done it all right with this one, and that is why I give it a 9. Starting off pretty strong there, but I think they let us down with this away number. I think you're going to see a lot of white shirts in the J-League. This one, it's a white with a blue kind of jaggedy slash across it. Yeah, they've moved the badge across, but to me, this is a really mid-looking shirt, so I can only give this one a 5. But it started off strong with a very nice-looking home shirt. Now, Jeff Chiba, I think they're back up. They have always got a really nice-looking shirt, and this home one is no exception. The traditional kind of yellow base with the green around it. Hummel have knocked it out of the park with this one, but I think it's okay. But I'm going to only give this one an 8. I think it's a really great shirt. I've got a Jeff Cheaper shirt. It's not too different from that, so I probably won't be picking this one up this season. It's a nice shirt though, and I think it fairly warrants an 8. But again, we're into an away shirt, which is a predominant white shirt with a bit of blue details on there. Nothing too exciting this one. Again, it's a mid, it's a 5. It's okay, it's probably, it's the same, follows the same template as a home one. There's nothing too different from it, apart from it's white. It's got some little dots in it, which maybe make a bit of a difference. It's a 5 for me all day long. Moving into Kashima Antlers now, I think they've got a couple of good shirts. I'm starting off strong again. I'm going to give this one a 9 for their home shirt. I love how they've used a kind of dark blue with a thinner red hoop across it. I don't think I've seen Kashima Antlers using the hoops before. Maybe you can let me know in the comments. I'll have a check around, but I haven't seen anything like that before. And I think it's a strong 9 for me. One that I will definitely picking up. Again, we're into an away shirt. It's another white away shirt. Might go on this one. It's the same kind of template with that kind of funny split neck that we've seen before, going between the red and a navy blue. Navy blue big band across there, looking very much like Vancouver Whitecaps. I think it's slightly better than a mid shirt. I think it's only a 6 though. Okay shirt, not what I'm going to pick up. I will pick up the home shirt. Kashiwa Racel. Now, they've got an interesting manufacturer in Yonex, probably more associated with badminton and table tennis, I would have thought. Hitachi sponsor. And a really nice looking shirt, nothing too exciting. I can't see much different from any other shirts that I've had before. I think that kind of template reminds me of a Nike ones that I've seen before. Remember FCSB had it, a few other teams. A kind of ordinary template with a band down the middle, bit of a roadkill stripe going down there. To me, it's a nice yellow. It's okay, but it's only a 5. The away one, I haven't really got a picture of it, but this is what a mock-up of what it's probably going to look like. There's nothing too much to say about this one. I think it's only a 4. All they seem to have done is reverse the colours from the home shirt. Maybe that's what they wanted to do. It's an okay looking shirt, but I think I can only give it 4. There's nothing too exciting in there. Yeah, maybe there's going to be something with the trim, but no, I think only a 4 for that one. So a 5 and a 4 for Kashiwa Racel. Kawasaki Frontale, and they are made by Puma. I think they've got a couple of really nice looking shirts. Starting off with the home one, I don't think it's too exciting, which is why I've given it a 6. It's kind of a blue camel with I think it's either black or a navy blue panelling and trim. I think it's an okay shirt. And, one I probably wouldn't pick up. I think it's really strong. I think it's quite vibrant. I think the better shirt is their away one, where again it's not quite a white. It has got an element of pink in there. I've given this one an 8 out of 10. It's the same kind of a Puma template, but I like the pink kind of Japanese cherry blossom kind of vibe that they've got going on with that. It's one that I'll probably pick up, and I've seen it on a few of the fake websites that I go on, so that's going to be one I pick up. So a 6 and 8 for Kawasaki Frontale. Makita Zelvia, and they are with Adidas, and the home one, it's that Teamgeist kind of template. I think this is a really strong shirt. I've given this one an 8. I might pick it up. I've got a Makita Zelvia shirt already, but it's the one that's just black and blue stripes. This one might be quite interesting. I like how they've used that kind of, I think it's like a map kind of element that they've got on there on the front in the sublimated design. Piping and gold stripes on it looks really quite cool. I think it's quite nice, and I've given this one an 8 out of 10. Again, we're back to a white away shirt, and it's just a standard Adidas template to me, so I can only score those on a 4. White with some blue accents. That's nothing too exciting from Makita Zelvia, but very strong home shirts. Mito Hollyhock. Now they've been promoted, and they've got an interesting looking design. Checking out the home one, you can see that massive dragon down there, some kind of a dog sitting in the middle, and a centralised badge. It's an okay shirt. I've given this one a 6. I think the design's quite nice, but I'm not a fan of the centralised badges, so I can only score it about a 6 for me. And then the away one, yeah, we're back to white, but this time they've got a sash running across it with that dragon kind of design hidden in there, getting centralised badges. I didn't think it was too exciting, so I've only scored this one a 4. Tokyo Verde, now they're with Athleta, the only team in J.League that are with Athleta. Their home shirt, I think it's quite a strong one, which I've given it an 8. I like the green as a traditional colour. I think it's a strong green that they've used, with nice accents of gold there on the kind of like a stripe going down one of the sleeves, and inside the trim on the cuffs. Really quite cool. I like the sublimated dragon, the eagle type of design in there, which is taken off the badge. I think a really nice, strong looking 8, maybe one I'll pick up. Again, we're back to an away shirt, which is a white. Again, they've basically, I think all they've just done is taken the home one and turned it white, because you can see there's a sublimated eagle in there, same kind of badges, but it's nothing too exciting, so I can only give this one a 4. But the home shirt, really quite nice. Urawa Red Diamonds there with Nike, and the home shirt, I don't think it's too different from what they've had before. Centralised badges with the Nike. It's an okay shirt. I like how they've used the two-tone kind of stripes there, so I've given this one a 6. It's an okay shirt, not one I'd pick up. From what I've got of the renders of the away shirt, again, we're back to white. This time I think they're going to probably have that Nike funny floppy neck type thing. I like the way how they've used a red down one side and a black down the other side, but it's nothing too exciting. Yeah, it's only a render, but I can only give this one a 3. Maybe it'll be more exciting if we see it in the flesh, but I don't think I'll be picking that one up. Yokohama F Marinos. Now, their home shirt, I've only scored this one a 6. I think they've had better home shirts in the past. I like the one that I've got here. I think the one I had last season was okay. And then they always come out with special shirts later on in the season, so we'll have to see what they look like. I think it's okay. It's got that half and half kind of sublimated design. Team guys kind of template. I think the Nissan that they've used is just too prominent. If they'd made, again, you stick to having a big Nissan but without that silly arch over and under, might have looked a bit better, might have pushed it up to an 8. I can only give this one a 6. And then again, we're back to an away shirt, which is white, and I'm going to score this one a 4. It's a white number, maybe it's a bit cream, it's not the greatest picture I could get. Kind of yellow piping, bit of black accents there, an interesting kind of sublimated design that kind of runs out from the badge, but again, it's nothing too exciting, so I can only give this one a 4. Avispa Fukuoka. Now, I've only got their home shirt, haven't seen their away shirt yet. Again, another team that's made by Yonex. I'm giving this one a 5. I think it's an okay colour combination. Kind of, they're predominantly, I don't know, it's a dark blue or purple that they usually have, but it kind of goes lighter up at the top corners, kind of like a sash kind of design, sublimated kind of cracks and things in there. It's a bit odd. I think it's only a 5. It's a mid kind of shirt. It's nothing too exciting. Let's see what their home shirt looks like. Their away shirt, I mean. Probably going to be white. We're on to Cerezo Osaka. Now, I think they've always had better shirts than these ones here. If you're checking out the home one, I think that design is just it's just too out there. I prefer a nice plain red Cerezo Osaka shirt with some kind of design on it. I think there's too much black on it. Capcom's always going to be a great sponsor, but I really don't like this shirt at all, and that's why I can only give this one a 4. The same score that I gave for the away shirt. Yeah, and they've kind of got that. I think that, again, they've just taken the same sublimated design and put it on a white shirt with a bit of red, except when the whole one's got that black round down the middle, they've gone for a kind of faded in and out red, bit of red on the sides. It's the same collar and cuffs. It's nothing too exciting, so a set of 4s for Cerezo Osaka. Fagiano Okayama, another team that have been promoted. Interesting home shirt. I think it's quite a nice shirt. I think it's still only worth a 5. The sponsor's really quite big, but I don't mind that. Kind of nice sublimated designs splashed around it. It's an okay shirt. I think it's only worth a 5. And then their away shirt, yes, again, return of the white. But I think I like how they've put some kind of design on each of the sleeves. Yeah, it's not a bad shirt, but I think it's only about a 5. It's not going to push itself up there. There's nothing too exciting about it. So a couple of 5s for Fagiano Okayama. Let's see how they get on in their first season up into J1. Gambo Osaka. Now, checking out the home one, I've only scored this one a 5 simply because it is virtually the same as what they've had in previous seasons. It's a black and blue, but they've kind of used the same design that I can see going through there. Centralised badge, not a fan of that. I would prefer to see it over on the inside, because if you look at the design, it looks unbalanced now because you've got the Hummel and the die setup and then a centralised badge, but then absolutely nothing there. So I would have preferred to have seen that. Maybe it would have pushed it up to a 6. But they haven't really done anything new for this season's shirt compared to the previous seasons. It's an okay shirt. Toyo Tires, cool sponsor, but I think only worth a 5. And again, we're back to the return of the white away shirt. This one I can only give a 4. Yeah, I've kind of done something with a bit of a design running across it, kind of top and bottom of the diagonals. The long sleeve version looks quite cool, but I think it's only worth a 4. There's nothing too exciting about it. Again, it's white and it's got a centralised badge. Kyoto Sanga. Now, they always come out with some really quite cool shirts, and I think we see this as a similar kind of sublimated design that's the same as that Kawasaki one that we saw, Kawasaki Frontale, because they're made by Puma. But I really like this shirt, and it's one I'll probably pick up. I give this one an 8. I like the colour combinations, a nice bunch of different purples. It is very different from last season's shirt, which was a kind of quarter design, which I picked up. So this one's a completely different one. I think they've gone out there, gone something different. It looks really good, it's vibrant. I don't think it's a 9, but I think it's definitely warrants an 8. And again, we're back to the white away shirt. This time they've used the same kind of design as a home shirt, but on the panels inside. Black trim, just like the home shirt. Again, it's only a white shirt, so I'm only going to give you a 4, but that home shirt is really quite nice. Nagoya Grampus. Sponsored usually by a Toyota. You know, my shirt's got a GR86. This one's sponsored by Corolla, GR Corolla. It's a nice looking shirt, made by Mizuno, the only manufacturer, only Mizuno shirts in the J.League. I think it's an okay shirt. I like the design. They're always kind of a bit more out there. I think it looks quite good. I think it's only worth about 6. I wouldn't put it up to the 8s, 9s and 10s. I really quite like it. It's a 6, not one I'll pick up. Return of the white shirt for the away. This one's got nothing redeeming about it. It's just a simple white shirt with a bit of red, a bit of black collar. Never give up for the win. Shoved there in the middle. It's a 3 for me. One of the worst shirts, I think, because there's nothing to it. It's a white shirt. Mizuno have done really well with their home shirts. It's not fantastic. It's not peak, but their away shirt really does let them down that little bit. Sanfrecce Hiroshima, they're always quite cool with their purple shirts, that we can see here with their home one. Gone for night, kind of nice sublimated design. I've given this one 8. I've got a Sanfrecce Hiroshima shirt, so I won't be picking this one up because it's not hugely different from what they've had before, especially because it's got the different coloured sleeves. I like it, and that's why it's worth an 8. We're then moving on to the white away shirt, which I've scored a 4. It's that strange kind of collar, which is kind of the wonky kind of, one goes thin, one goes thick. Purple accents up the side and on the collars and the cuffs, but again, it's just a plain white shirt, which is why I can only give this one a 4. Shimizu S-Pulse, they've got a couple of really cool shirts. I like the home one. Again, we're back to that Puma kind of camouflagey template. It's worth an 8. I might pick it up. I do like the one I've got, but I think I might pick this one up because I like the way they've used a bit of dark blue on the panels there. A really strong kind of shirt. I quite like it. Well worth an 8. Away one, yes, we're back to a white away shirt. This time they've used that kind of graphic down the side panels, much like we saw with Kyoto Sanga. It's an okay shirt. It's got that sublimated camouflage design. It's mid. It's a 5. It's okay, but I think their home shirt is a lot stronger. Vissel Kobe with Asics home shirt. Kind of usual dark red and black stripes. Giving this one a 6. I think it's an okay shirt. I think the main problem is that Rakuten Mobile just is massive, takes up a lot of space. I've already got a Vissel Kobe shirt, so I probably wouldn't pick this one up. I do prefer the away shirt, which I probably would pick up. It's a white, but they've used a bit of silvery grey in there. I've got this one an 8. I think it's a really nice looking shirt, one that I'll pick up. I think it's a good colour combination. I just kind of like how the stripes gradiate out at the bottom. Nice sponsors that aren't too bold, and especially in that one you can see there, if you compare it to the home one, the Danton sponsor, which is up there, was in red, but they've made all the sponsors black, but only the Vissel seems to be red, which I think is really quite nice. So yeah, a well worth an 8 for Vissel Kobe. Vivaren Nagasaki, I think another team that have just been promoted, and their home shirt, I think it's really quite nice. I like the kind of stripy design that goes through it. Yeah, it's a centralised badge, but at least they've done something where they've equaled it out so it looks balanced. You've got some kind of writing either side of it, and the manufacturer at the top. Japan Net looks like a cool sponsor. I think if I spotted it, I would pick it up. That's why I've given this one an 8. And again, we're into another white away shirt, but this one's quite cool. I like the sublimated design that's in there. Kind of like a muted kind of gold, a bit of gold up the side there with the blue stripes. Again, that's a really quite a nice looking shirt. I've given this one a 6. If I spotted it, I'd pick up the set, maybe. Not too sure. But it's a really cool looking shirt. But yeah, the home one is definitely the stronger of the two. So, for me, the winners, you can see, were the SC Tokyo home and the Kashima Antlers home shirts. I think they're both really strong shirts, something a little bit different. K1's maybe a little more simplistic in the hoops on the Kashima Antlers, but I think that the flame design on that Tokyo Gas, Tokyo FC shirt looks really quite cool. And 2 shirts I will probably pick up. Big losers has to be the Urawa Red Diamonds away shirt. Even though it's a render, I cannot see it being a decent shirt when it does come out. It just looks very templatey, and it's white. And then the Nagoya Grampus away shirt, just a white shirt. It's nothing too exciting there. Overall, I would give the best collection to Kawasaki Frontale. I know I gave their home shirt a 6 and I gave their away shirt an 8, but if you look at it on balance, they've probably got the best set of shirts. Everybody else has one really strong shirt and one which isn't too good. Mostly going to be their home shirt's a better shirt and their away shirt is white and therefore not very interesting, which is why I think Kawasaki Frontale have probably got a much nicer collection of shirts between the two of them. Yeah, they've gone for that camouflage kind of design on the home one. I really think it's quite nice. And the away shirt, I think the injection of pink just lifts it a little bit up from being a normal white shirt. So there we go, winners and losers, and a good collection from Kawasaki Frontale. Thanks very much for watching the video. Give us a like and a subscribe. The next collection we'll be reviewing will be the MLS in a couple of weeks, but there'll be a usual shirt review in next week's video. So thanks very much. I shall see you later. Bye for now.